Hello, hi everyone. I'm Rick Kirkham of ProactiveComputerSupport.com. I'm an in-home computer tutor specializing in small businesses and senior citizens, and a remote computer too, doing the same thing, small businesses, senior citizens. And I'm actually a dual certified teacher from Illinois and a certified substitute teacher here. So it's not just a question of knowing something, it's a question of knowing how to teach something. Hopefully you'll see what I mean in a minute. I'm very grateful to some of my fellow IT friends who were telling me about relatives that are having various challenges. One relative was having a challenge understanding tabs, and I've never actually had to explain tabs before, so I thought about it. And here's what I think will help folks understand tabs. When I say tabs, I'm referring to tabs like you see right now on a internet browser. This happens to be Google Chrome. It's called an internet browser because you use it to browse the internet. Okay, so let's take a look at these tabs right here. So there's one for, says the title is In-Home On-Site Computer Lessons. The other title is for a book I wrote that seems to be popular with beginners and including senior citizens and small business people. They keep it on their desktop and on their cell phones for quick tips on how to do something. And then I made another tab here for my in-home tutoring business. So these are tabs. Now, let's think about tabs just for this lesson. Let's think about Google Chrome here, the internet browser, being a file cabinet. Okay, and now how do you look for a file? Okay, you open up the drawer. That means you click on Google Chrome, right? And then you start shuffling through the folders based on what? The tabs that you see. Now, I know you senior citizens like me, and I know that you business owners that have been in business for a while know what I'm talking about by a file cabinet, but some of you younger people may have never seen a file cabinet before. So this is a perfect analogy right here. A good teacher will take old knowledge and relate it to new knowledge to help the student understand that new knowledge better. So in this case, we're looking at Google Chrome as being a file cabinet, and then you're going to rifle through the tabs to find what you're looking for. Okay, now if you look at these arrows right here, you got a back history arrow and a forward history arrow where you can go back and forth to where you've been before. And if something's a new tab, and this might be new, that is not a new tab. But let's say I click on something that is a new tab. Let's say on this one here. This one happens to be about ADHD, something I have, attention deficit hyperactive disorder. So I've learned how to use that to focus on solving computer problems. And my ADHD tutoring students do wonderfully. But anyway, so you notice this, I clicked on that and a new tab opened. So in other words, I had to pull a new folder to get to that, right? And here's the information because the folder automatically opens there in Google Chrome. And you see there, the left and right keys are grayed out because that particular folder has no history. So you can think of that as like, folders could have a lot of different papers, right? So you open up a folder and you flip through some papers. Okay. Now you just realize, wait a minute, I need that paper I just flipped through. So now you go backwards. Okay. Just like you do when you click this arrow. But if you're starting at the beginning, you can't go backwards in the folders, right? So you can't go backwards in this tab. And if you just open it, well, you can't go forward. And that's what happened here when I clicked on tab. A new folder opened up, and then this is the first page that we see. And then if I click on this, that'll lead to that article. If I click on this, it'll lead to my main website. And once again, a new tab is going to open. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this. And there we go. Okay, now another way to work with tabs. I've seen people do this before, my tutoring students, at least until I start giving them lessons. To get rid of tabs, quite often they'll go over here, all the way over here, and close the entire browser. You don't have to do that. Okay, just remember X to exit. So if I want to close this tab, then I go to the X to exit that tab. And I can even close this tab right here, even though it's not in focus, even though I can't see it, I can close this tab right here. And then let's say if I close this one, then I'm back to where I was before I opened up that tab. So hope that gives you a little bit of an idea. There's a couple other little tricks, and you notice here, this can be forwarded. You get a left and right arrow history when a new tab does not open up with a link. So a lot of my tabs will open up with, a lot of my links will open up in new tabs, because then when people close that tab, then they're back where they were before. And I don't believe, I actually don't have a tab that will open up within the page. Well, I actually do right here, I think. Little article I wrote on a new electronic company. If I click on this, then you'll see that that article opens up within that same tab. So it's replaced that page. So I opened up the folder. That was the first page. Now I flipped over the folder, and there's the second page. Okay, now I want to go back. I want to flip that page back to the beginning. So I can click on this left arrow key here to go back in history. And that brings me right back to where I was. And now, because there is a history there, I can do this with the forward key now too, to go forward in my history, because I've done it once before. So if I click on that, then we're back to the article I wrote on discount electronics. Okay. Now let's go back to my page. Back to the, let's take that page, and let's go to the left side of the folder, and let's flip that page to where that's facing the top again. So we're going to go to the left arrow key and click on that, and that will take me back to that first page once again. I hope you're kind of getting the idea of the tabs and the left and right history arrows. A couple other tricks I'd like to show you. Let's say you came across this page here because you have a child in need of tutoring who happens to have some behavior management issues, like maybe ADHD, like I do, or something. So let's say for some reason you've closed that. Oh, shoot, I needed that page. Now I got to go back in the search engines and look for that again. No, you don't. Okay, so what you can do, I always tell my computer tutoring students, whether it's here on Oahu or whether it's remotely in the U.S., right mouse click for a menu, left mouse click for an action. So let's go up where you see where all the tabs are. Okay, so let's go to another space. Let's go to an empty space where the tabs are, and let's right mouse click for a menu. Okay, and let's scroll down, And you see here where it says reopen closed tabs? Let's left mouse click for the action of reopening a tab that we just closed. And there we are back to in-home tutoring once again. Okay, so that's just another little trick for you. I hope this analogy of opening up a folder or actually opening up a file cabinet and looking for the tabs, I hope that helped you to understand tabs a little bit. And I want to say something while I'm thinking about it. Be respectful to people that are just learning something. Everybody has learned something for the first time. Nobody is born with this intrinsic knowledge of tabs or email or anything else. Everybody has learned something for the first time. So be respectful of that, whether you're trying to teach grandpa or grandma, whether you're trying to maybe you're a pretty knowledgeable computer person and you're trying to help your boss with something. You especially want to be nice to your boss. Well, in fact, your grandpa and grandma, they can still give you a whipping too. So you better be nice to them while you're at it. But be respectful. Don't say things like everybody knows that, or you just can't learn this, or things like that. These are the horror stories, the horror phrases that I've heard my in-home and remote computer clients tell me that actual relatives like nieces, nephews, grandchildren have told them. And it's not true. If you're a senior citizen, you have greater life experience than the average person does. Thus the word senior, right? So if that's the case, then under the right teacher, that teacher can take that knowledge and, just like I did today, relate it to something that you already know. And then I get to see that look that I love seeing in my computer clients' faces, which is, oh, I love that look. But anyway, feel free to make requests like this on things that you would like to see a video of. And obviously, you're welcome to support my efforts by ordering my eBook, the Big Plain English Computer, Cell Phone, and Tablet Help and Tips eBook. And obviously, now texting is better to hire me because of the differences, like between my time here in Honolulu and the mainland. But and if you don't know how to text, I can teach you that as well too. Don't worry, because I can actually remote in to help you with your phone. But anyway, obviously, feel free to hire me for lessons as well. If you're, I've had grandsons and granddaughters call me up and ask me to help their grandparents with their computers. I've had business people call and ask me to help them with computers and understanding something. But that's about it. So either way, I appreciate your support and enjoy your computer. God bless you.